You see it? You probably saw it. I'm trying to turn on my TV because my TV's like next to me, so I'm trying to turn it on because I want to hop on Fortnite. Where is it? Oh no, wait, where's that? Oh god. Okay, this is hard trying to turn on my TV. Oh, there we go. I was like trying to turn on my TV. I was like, what am I pushing onto? And I was like, oh, that's charger. So how's everyone doing this fine day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever? Currently, I'm alright. I'm just relaxing. I wanted to get up and get a cookie, but like I was like thinking like, wait, I don't think anyone should see me eating, because I don't ever, if I ever go live and like you see me like sort of see me with my mouth full but not speak, it's because I'm trying my best to finish like eating. But the thing is, I never want to eat live, like, because like no offense, and I'm not being rude, but I feel like someone's gonna say, "Oh, you're doing a mukbang on live." No, I don't. I don't want to do that. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. And like the one thing I don't really like, it's not like a thing that, well, it's sort of a thing I don't like, but it's sort of a thing I hate. Back then, I used to watch mukbangs, right? But I hated hearing people chew. Like, do you get what I'm saying, right? Like whenever someone like, so like I would watch a mukbang. I forgot who I watched, but it was this guy. He talked about random topics, but then you'd hear him like go like, nom 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 nom, and he's going nom nom, and I'm like, jeez, dude. If I wanted to hear someone chew, I would have heard myself chewing on gum. I don't really like, people chewing with their mouth open, or you just hear the food go nom nom nom. Like, I don't want to hear that. Because I remember around 2 to 3 years ago, it was Christmas, and I was having dinner with my family, and I heard one of my family members chew so loud, and can I be honest? I wanted to tell him to shut up, but I was like, no, just ignore it. And then I heard him going like, nom, 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 and then I just moved. I was like, yeah, I'm going to a different room. I just don't like people like chewing so loud, because if I hear someone chew loud like nom nom nom, I'm like, yep, I'm going to a different room. It's either I'm going to a different room or I'm eating outside. I don't care if there's nowhere for me to sit, I'll stand up while eating. I don't care. I don't want to hear you chewing. Because that's something I don't like. I don't like hearing people chew. Because, like I said, if I hear people chewing on food or another thing, like when they're drinking, when they go like, I don't like hearing that. I'm like, ugh. So if I hear someone go like, well, nom nom nom, I'm like, either I'm going outside, going somewhere else. I don't know. To be honest, the one thing that surprises me is whenever I go live, people from all over the world watch me. I'm like, dang, because oh, I see yesterday's live. What the hell? On my previous live today, I saw someone, right? And they said, like, hello from Germany. And I was like, I'm getting seen around the world. And the first place is Germany. Dang. That's, that's a dream place I want to go to. Kidding me? Charge my phone. Is it charging? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to charge my phone. My bad in the live but I stopped because no one was watching. It's all good. I was talking about before how like I used to oh gang, well hello from Canada. Oh, I've always wanted to go to Canada. I never knew you were from Canada. Wait, have you ever told me you were from Canada? Or no, because I've always wanted to go Canada. What the fuck? I've always wanted to go Canada because the one person I know that's from Canada is Ryan Reynolds. I knew he was Canadian. That's the thing. I was like always wondering why he had like, well, he sounds American, but I didn't know he sounded a bit different from American. I was like, damn, you sound different. Searched him up and it was like, Ryan Reynolds is a Canadian, and I was like, he's Canadian? I've known him for years and I never knew he was Canadian. But I was talking earlier about like how I hate on back then I used to watch mukbangs, right? And I stopped because I hated hearing people go like nom 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 or when they're drinking. So like I'll tell that story real quick. 2 or 3 years ago I was at like one of my family members' house for Christmas. It was dinner, and I heard one of my family members chew so loud, and I wanted to tell him to shut up, and I was like, no, 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 I'll deal with it. But then he kept chewing so loud, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to a different room. So that's one thing I don't like. If I hear someone drink so loud or chew so loud, eating so loud like that, like that's when I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm either going to a different room or I'm outside. Don't care if there's a seat outside. I'll stand up while eating if I have to. Yeah, if you're going to Canada, either go to BC or Ontario. I'll tell my family that if we go to Canada for a vacation. I would love to go to Canada. I mean, love being here where I am, but I would love to go to countries. Countries I want to go to that's on my list is either France, but I would love to go to Paris because I love France. Well, I've seen France. The only way I've seen France is if when it was in the Hitman game, or when it was in Ratatouille, which is one of my favorite Disney movies, or I would love to go to like Italy or Spain, Japan. I would love to go to Japan, Germany, North, Switzerland. I would love to go to all those places. I would love to go to all of them. There was this place, I forgot what it's called, but like it appeared in one of the seasons of The White Lotus, which is one of my favorite shows. I forgot the name of the place. It was somewhere. Oh, what is it? I'll probably have to search it up to figure out. But one country I've been to Australia. So if anyone is Australian, g'day. But I have Australian in my family, and I went to Australia at the beginning of 2025 with my family, and I gotta say, I really want to go back now. I still want to go back. It's a beautiful country. There's so many great people there. I love the Aussies, and they're really awesome. One of my friends who's from Australia, I told him before we were leaving, I told him that I'm going to Australia, and he was like, have fun, mate, but be careful of the spiders and the snakes. And I was like, I may have arachnophobia, but I'm not going anywhere where there's spiders. And he was like, you scared of snakes? And I was like, never met one. And he was like, oh, mate, you're about to. That's what that's what he said. He was like, oh, mate, you're about to. Fun fact, well, a little spoiler, I didn't even get to meet a spider or a snake, so yeah. I have arachnophobia because I remember I was outside one time. I don't know why. I think this was like New Year's or 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, by the way. Even though it's tomorrow. um I was outside because I think it was either New Year's or 4th of July, and one minute like we're about to light the fireworks, and then I feel something crawling, like I felt it crawling on my shoulder, like it was sort of like, even though it's out of shot, it was like this, sort of like this, and then I was like, what the hell's on my shoulder? I couldn't see anything, it was all dark, so I turned on a flashlight because I had a flashlight in my hand, put it on my shoulder, saw a spider, got scared, quickly put out my other hand, and I just threw it towards the fence, and I bolted back inside the house. And I was like, "Ooh, what was that? What was that? What was that? What was that?" And then like my mom was like, "You alright?" And I was like, I think, I think it's. I was like, even though it's scary, it was me because I couldn't even talk because I was like, there was a, there was, and like my older brother walked and was like, "Is he okay?" I was like, "Oh, a spider was on my shoulder. I grabbed and I threw it towards the fence." And then all I heard him say was, cool. And then he just went back outside. And it's like, either A, he didn't hear me, or B, he was like, cool, don't care, I'm about to light the fireworks. But long story short, I'm never going near a spider, so if I see a spider, the one thing to see me do is that one time I was in my friend's house and there was like a spider on the wall, and I grabbed my shoe and he was like, "Are you going?" And I was like, if you don't get that spider." And he was like, "What are you gonna do with that shoe?" And I said, "I'm gonna throw them at it." To be honest, I may have good throwing skills for basketball and baseball and for football. Oh dang, I hit my phone. But for spiders, throwing like a shoe at it, I wasn't. Hey, it was like, even though you couldn't see it because like there's a wall in front of me, or sort of, you might get it. So say like my hand's the wall, right? I threw, and like the spider's like in the middle, like around here, right? I threw a shoe, but it went like around here and bounced off, and I was like, you can handle that, you can handle it, you can handle it. Yeah, I don't really like spiders. If I see a spider, the one thing I'm gonna do is either say to one of my family, "Can you handle for me?" And even though they say, "Oh, they're not gonna hurt you," I'm like, "No, they are. They are." It's either A, you handle it for me, or B, I'm going outside and then I'm gonna stay out there until the spider's away. I remember one time, I think it was two or 3 weeks ago, there was a spider in my room. Because I kid you not, right? I was watching a movie. It was like a horror. I forgot what horror movie it was. BTW love horror movies. And long story short, I was I was what's the word? I was like watching a horror movie and it was all dark. You know, my room was dark because I like watching movies or shows in the dark because it's like you're in the theater. So I was watching a horror movie in the dark. I forgot what it was. I'll let you guys know somewhere in the comments. I was watching a horror movie. It was all dark, and I swear, I look right next to me, like, so the TV, I'm sitting on my, cause like my chair. Hold on, let me turn my camera around and show you. I'm sitting like right there, right, watching the TV, right, and then on the wall, this wall, right, I see like something with legs. So I quickly paused the movie, and I was like, "What's that?" I wanted to do a little touch and I was like, no, 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 turn the lights on, let's see what it is. Turn the lights on, so it was spider, and I was like, nope, nope, nope. And I was like opening the door, like, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Opened it, asked one of my older siblings, can you handle it for me? And they're like, fine. And then they grabbed the spider with a tissue, and then they, I don't know, either if they threw it outside or if they crushed it or whatever. And then I just continued watching like nothing happened. The snacks I normally bring for my movies, and I'm not trying to make anyone hungry, is that either I'm eating chips or crisps for anyone that lives in the UK. Um, Pop Tarts, it's either the s'mores flavor or the birthday cake flavor, basically the brown sugar cinnamon flavor. Or I have Milk Duds, Twinkies, or I just have a drink of Coca Cola with me. Yeah, that's mostly my movie snacks. And I told one of my friends about it, and he was like, dude, you need to change up your movie snacks. And I was like one? He was like, I don't know, eat some Whoppers, eat some Twizzlers. And I was like, no. Twizzlers taste like cardboard. Red Vines is better. And he was like, how do you know what cardboard tastes like? And I was like, I don't. Anyways, I'm gonna go live later on today. No one asked me in the comments how I know what cardboard tastes like.